We were talking about hip-hop against homophobia at the Nomad World Pub in Minneapolis on January 23rd, which is a Friday. We got Toki Wright, Credentials, Maria Issa, myself, El Guante, and Seymour Perspective, DJ Blowtorch, Alicia Leafgreen, and it's hosted by Tish Jones. The show is being sponsored by a music blog called cultureboldly.com, my label, True Roots, Speakeasy Records, and then 3 great activist organizations, Join the Impact Twin Cities, the Twin Cities Avengers, and Outfront Minnesota.
I helped organize the Join the Impact rally in November after Prop 8 passed.
It was an anti-Prop 8 protest. Proposition 8 was passed in California that kind of got rid of the gay marriages that had been happening. And there was a protest. It was organized over the course of about 3 or 4 days, and 2,000 people showed up.
So after Prop 8 passed, there was a lot of discussion about that it was Black and Latino voters that were the reason that it passed, and that was not true. One thing for me is starting to address like those intersections.
When one person is oppressed, we all feel that, and we're all oppressed.
I think it is important for hip-hop to address its homophobia, because I think it's important for everywhere to address its homophobia. Just not using offensive language in your songs does not mean you're not homophobic.
I think hip-hop is something that a lot of young folks, not just young folks of color, but young folks listen to. And there's a real message.
When I do events like this, I don't think of hip-hop as this like mystical, spiritual life energy or anything. I think of it as a community. There's a perception that hip-hop is homophobic, and sometimes that perception has some very real things behind it, and sometimes it's unfounded. And I think this show is, regardless of when that's real and when that's not real, it's about breaking down that stereotype. The show is largely about both the hip-hop community and the LGBTQ rights activist community coming together. There's already a history of queer hip-hop artists, you know, making great music and touring and doing all this stuff, and also a history of progressive allies who are, you know, anti-homophobia within hip-hop.
You know, it's not like folk singers against homophobia. Like hip-hop against homophobia is, you know, much braver for an artist to participate in. There might be badness for you in coming out and supporting the queer community, but like we're gonna put our money and our effort and our time supporting artists who will support us.
I think the single most important thing having to do with social justice in this next year and even in this next decade is going to be bringing communities together.
I really hope that this also, that this night can be a really positive and safe space.
This is just one event, and the event is going to be great, I'm sure, but the idea is for it to have a ripple effect. Other cities are going to be copying what we're doing here. We're already in progress doing that. We're actually planning a second show already.
Come out wherever you are, come out as an ally, come out to the event. I'm just thrilled that that's happening here in the Twin Cities.